Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. Your questions, your heroes.
So welcome to the Touchdown with Aaron Masemola, and I'm certain many football fans across South Africa are quite excited and smiling quite broadly because local football is back on our screens again, and there's nothing that excites South Africans as football. But today we'll be changing the conversation quite slightly, and we'll be talking about women in football, and we've got an absolutely brilliant goalkeeper for Banyana Banyana that will be joining me today. And of course, the last time we saw her also play a little bit of football internationally, that was at the FIFA Women's World Cup in 2019, where she was the #1 goalkeeper for Banyana Banyana, currently playing her football at the Tuks Football Club as well. And the one thing that always strikes me about this lady is she always has this gorgeous smile on her face, the best person to talk to most of the time if she's not being serious on the football field, and her name is Mapaseka Mpuru. Mapaseka, how are you doing?
Well, thanks. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing very, very well. Listen, many South Africans have fallen in love with your playing style in terms of keeping the post safe for Banyana Banyana. But I would like to know, how did you fall in love with the sport of football? But most importantly, many of us want to be the strikers and we want to score the goals, but you chose to be the goalkeeper. Why is that?
It just reminded me of some story. When I was young, I just decided to buy a ball. I don't know why I even bought it. But then when I got home, I saw my dad training and I was like, Dad, you know what? I want to join you. And then I joined him. And then he was like, just bring the ball that you bought so that you can see what we can do with it. We took a ball and then we passed it around. And then I told him that I actually enjoy what I'm doing. I didn't even know what I was doing because I was still like 5 years old by then. And then we played together, and then I went to school when I was, I think, 6. And then I told one of my teachers that, you know what, I've been training with my dad and I see that you are playing football, you are training the guys. I would like to join the team. And he's like, okay, you can come and join the team. I started training with the guys, and then he was like, you must come and join us every day. I actually told him that, you know what, I don't want to play around because we run a lot and stuff, so I want to be a goalkeeper. And then he was like, you seem to be lazy. I'm like, no, I'm not lazy, I can work. You know, I just want to know my role as a goalkeeper. And then he taught me on how to be a goalkeeper. I went back home, I started diving alone in my bedroom, jumping over the bed and stuff. And then I realized that, you know what, I actually love to be a goalkeeper. I went back to him and I was like, I'm serious about this, I want to be a goalkeeper. And then that's when he was like, you can join the team. And I finally joined the team. I played with the guys, and at the end they opened the women's team, and then we had to go and compete against the best. That's when he realized that I actually want to be the goalkeeper and I'm serious about being the goalkeeper. And yeah, that's how my journey started. And that's how I became a goalkeeper.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. And I think looking at that 5-year-old Mapaseka who went to go buy that football ball, you wouldn't necessarily have said that a few years later, or at least a decade later, you'll be in France playing at the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup. I mean, for many South Africans, that was such a special moment because it was the first time Banyana Banyana had actually qualified for FIFA Women's World Cup. How important and how special was that experience for you?
It was way too special because one thing I immediately picked up was that you have to be passionate about football. You have to take responsibility and know your role as a player. Not that necessarily you have to feel under pressure, but you need to be able to make quick decisions that will work for you. And it is really tough, but then I would say I really enjoyed it, and it came as a blessing from God, because not everybody can go to the World Cup.
That is very true. And I mean, also playing against some of the best in the world. And we know the Americans are some of the most competitive teams, also playing against China. How was that experience for you? And was it quite difficult, and were you a little bit nervous behind the post?
I was nervous because I didn't know what to expect from them. It was like the first time being at the World Cup. So I felt like, oh, this is too much. I thought I wasn't going to be able to handle it, but guess what happened? We just blasted the boom and everything was just happening, you know. So I was I was a bit nervous about it.
And that's all right. I think looking at such a massive platforms, there are thousands upon thousands of people watching you. I'm certain it's okay to be a little bit nervous, but one thing I can tell you is that you ladies made us as South Africans incredibly proud to just know that we have our ladies in France representing us. So thank you so much for the amazing football that we saw from you ladies. But one thing I would like to do now is to get a little bit behind the people and the players that we see on the field. I'd like to get into the locker room a little bit. In every team, there's always at least 3 different characters. There's always a singer and dancer, the one that's always vibey and the one that brings the party to the team. And then there's a joker, the one that's always cracking the jokes and they always think they're funny. And lastly, there's like the silent assassin, the one who sits quietly in the corner, minds their own business. And when it comes to playing, they're really focused and they perform quite well. Looking at your Banyana Banyana team or any other team that you've played in, who would you say are those teammates that you've found throughout your football journey?
I'd say Andile can sing.
All right.
I also love to sing because I lead majority of the songs in the team. And then I have Linda as my best player, and she likes to be quiet and just assess what's happening around here before she can even start to talk. And then we have that crazy player, Nompumelelo Nyandeni, who's always making jokes and make people to laugh. And I actually realized that it actually builds our team spirit, because we can to laugh together, be insane together, and it helps us like even to be open about our problems or anything that you have or anything that you're going through, even if you're scared, will just make you feel comfortable, and that's one thing I love about my teammates and even how we play.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. And I love the fact that you say that it actually sometimes makes you feel more comfortable to just be in a team environment as well. So that's truly, truly special. And then, of course, moving back to the football, now looking at the fact that Banyana Banyana has now qualified for their first FIFA Women's World Cup that was hosted last year in 2019 in France. Now, the question is always, are we doing enough for women in sports as well? We have seen the structures and the development of the SAFA Women's League. In your opinion, being a player, do you think enough is being done to support women in football?
I'd say we are trying to improve our standards in women's football. So I would say that we need to have development. If we can have a solid development, I believe that we will produce quality players who can even go and get opportunities overseas and play in the professional leagues. So we still need SAFA to provide equipment to schools so that they can be able to provide coaches as well, so that they can encourage ladies like the youngsters who want to play football and who are passionate about football to improve their knowledge and skills in football.
All right, beautiful. So SAFA just needs to give a little bit more support and then we'll see ladies play internationally. And the good thing is we've seen a number of our South African ladies play across Europe, which is absolutely beautiful to see as well. But looking at your young career, I mean, you're just 22 years of age, so many years lying ahead of you in terms of your footballing career. What is the next big thing that you would love to achieve? I mean, you've already gone to the FIFA Women's World Cup. What's next on your list?
I want to go to the Olympics. I want to play AFCON, and I would say I want to play overseas. That's my dream.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful.
I just see myself playing overseas, being the best goalkeeper in South Africa as well, and just doing the most.
Just doing the most. Oh, absolutely love that. And then lastly, I'm certain that there are so many young ladies that are looking at you and they're saying, listen, I would love to play internationally. I would love to go to the FIFA Women's World Cup. What is that special message that you would like to share with that lady that doesn't always believe in herself, but she's got dreams and she's got potential, and she's just looking forward to hearing your voice? Share a special message with her.
I'll just pass the message to the youngsters, young ladies, that hard work leads to success. If you listen to your coaches and if you practice on your own and you have discipline, everything else will follow up and God will lead you to your destination. So they must just be themselves, be happy, communicate with others, do their own research on how they can be the best players, get some coaches, and stay disciplined.
Absolutely love that. Discipline and hard work is definitely key to playing at the FIFA Women's World Cup.
And also respecting the game.
Also respecting the game. Absolutely beautiful. Mapaseka, I would just simply like to thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate the time that you took to chat to us here on The Touchdown. And most importantly, thank you so much for being a great footballer for Banyana Banyana, being such a great role model to so many young ladies that are aspiring to also play national football. But most importantly, thank you for being such a fantastic role model for South Africans and being such a great brand ambassador for the South African brand in terms of the sporting world. Thank you so much, Mapaseka Mpuru.
It's a pleasure.
Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. OFM Sport. The personalities behind the plays.